What's the status, 3?
I'm good, just making the world a better place, that's all.
Check it, yo. I always be analyzing to see who's fake. People acting Janice, running around two-faced, talking behind my back until they put in their place. You're a two-course meal without saying grace on the internet. Talking shit through your fingertips, talking high power till your shine is eclipsed. Trying to ride a wave until your mind is seasick. Cement shoes and your ankles tied with 3 bricks. This isn't Grand Theft Auto, this is real life. I will piss on your grave and throw dick to your wife. This is a warning mixed with some advice. You might be king, but I'm the ace of spades, and you just renade. This is food for thought, bitch, eat a grenade. This is what people want, to be treated like dirt. I tried being humble, but that was absurd. All the brainless bitches flock together like birds, pecking for crumbs until they merge with the crossroads and chuck the demi-urge. I think they had enough, I took the trash to the curb. Let the torture begin and watch them burn. Here's the urn.
It's hard to keep it real with fake people. They can take love, mix it with hate, and make evil. I'm staring at 50 shades of gray people. It's a grand deception. Like K-Reno, they are who they say they isn't. On the internet, spreading everybody's business through a troll account. Talking foul, not knowing what goes around comes around. The flat out truth is the energy change when I come around. I guess London Bridge is falling down. Hey people, stall him out. We know all about the narrative painting to control the clout. They gatekeepers trying to stop the ones trying to awake people. HOTC.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Rest in peace, the Dark Chameleon. Peace to the Listen, check it, yo. It was a cold April morning under the constellation Aries. The moon was 85% under the luminaries. From the celestial waters to the womb my soul was carried. Then my mother gave birth to a warrior and visionary. But when I speak this truth, I feel like nobody hears me. Every once in a while, I give sight to someone blind. Alright. Naga, what's good? Dean, what's good? Man, Naga, it's been a minute. Let me drop the stinky linky. I'm glad you came through, Dean. Naga. I found this picture yesterday of giant. I know people are gonna say it's not a giant, but that's a grown man. That's an old man. I gotta find this book, A Voyage into Tartary. I bet you this is a good read. Wow, does that say 1689? Printed by T. Hodgkins and art to be folded by Randall Taylor.
I had to get this album. Still looking into the Tartarian Empire. Who else likes Tartarian architecture? No one? Well, that sucks. I do. Hmm. Bloomberg City Lab, Hampshire. Meeting in January, Donald Trump took off on an odd tangent. Lamenting the Russian invasion of Ukraine, he talked about its architectural heritage. See, that's what I was talking about yesterday. That's odd this is brought up. Because the same thing that happened to Germany and many other countries in war is happening to Ukraine. All that beautiful architecture has been turned to rubbish. Like all these caves they're finding and shit, I think are like some of these caves, like I've said before, the walls in them are just too level. You know, I've never seen Mother Earth produce level walls. Some people seem to think like the mud flood, one of them might have been in the 1800s, like the late 1800s. I mean, even if you look in Google, if you look from Canada down, it looks like mud spewed from the north downward, these mountain ranges and shit. It looks like water came flowing from the north down. That's what the mountain range looks like.
Well, rising track.
What's up?
Okay, you speak on?
Yeah. I was thinking about when I seen on the map how it looks like something spewed out from the north and it came down over Canada. I think all the countries look like that. These mountain ranges look like rock and rubble. It's just pouring down.
Well, it's an interesting thing because you're talking about the, like Tartaria and that, and what's been hidden. But it's amazing that Cyclone Alfred over in Australia hit the Brisbane coast, and Byron Bay, Ballina Bay. There are shipwrecks being exposed from the 1800s. But I just thought about the thing, I just thinking to myself, like the write up in it, one reporter from Climate Change
Climate
said,
change.
said that in the interests of safety, people should stay away from the wrecks and observe them from a distance. And I was just thinking to myself, how bloody convenient to get people off the beach. It's another way of taking away people's freedoms and rights to swim, to surf, and to be, to do what you want to do. Right? These are control mechanisms. I feel them. I can see it in the making. It's when you destroy a beach and you take away, and that's the funny thing. I mean, you look at the height of some of these bloody the amount of sand that was pulled out, and if they're telling us, climate change is telling us that we got sea rise, how the bloody hell is we got a 2 meter bank of sand? There's no such thing as bloody sea rise. It's all crap.
Yeah.
Because
Even
they just
Trump said that's crap too.
Yeah.
I'm not sick. The hell? What's going on here?
Oh, I don't know. Don't ask me. I can't even.
I'm trying to find let's see if I could get a good map that'll show what I'm talking about. Google map of North America. Let's see. That's a crappy one. Let's see. I'll find something. This is a good one. Man, I could barely see this fucking thing. Let's see. Who's Cyclone Alfred?
Hey, Cyclone Alfred's the one that just hit the Australian coast. There's some pretty big write-ups about it, but mostly it's exposing these shipwrecks, and it's taken away millions and millions of cubic tons of sand.
That sucks. Cause whoever gets that sand is fucked. I think this might do justice.
I think it's another way they clean the beaches myself, Chuck. And
Plus they
sorry?
they take a lot of sand out of the oceans, which is causing major issues. Like they use a lot of sand for like highways, and because the salt, something with the salt and the sand makes it more sturdy, I guess. But yeah, all along the coasts, and
Well,
that's what they were saying made these potholes allegedly, because the sand is shifting out. It's just like, hey, Kimba, what's up, Dom?
hello, fellow chatters. Yeah, I know they take a lot of sand. The thing is that most sand's got to be washed. If you're going to use it in building construction, you've got to have it washed sand because it leaches out white. If you see white excretion coming out of a concrete, it's usually because there's something else in the concrete, lime and salt and things like that.
Yeah,
I was
I don't know. I
when I
got a
was doing
problem with the shape of this continent, you know?
sorry.
Like, look at California, right? It's got desert, but then if you could go straight across from where LA is, you'll end up in like almost in North Carolina, top of Georgia, where it snows and stuff. So, I wonder how this works, these continents. They're way off with these things, the way they look. I think California is down more. Like even Florida, man.
I think it is too. The reason I say I think California is because it's not that long between sunset and sunrise in New Zealand.
Huh. Yeah, this place could be way smaller. And it's just the plane routes makes it seem like it's bigger.
Well, the thing is, you go to the airport, you sit there for a fucking hour before you get on the plane. It's possible that the plane will sit on the taxi runway for another 10 to 20 minutes, right? You might have 10 to 20 minutes waiting at the other end when you land. I mean, at the time it escalates when you go on a bloody a journey. And you might have an 18-hour flight to fucking Singapore, but it's only actually bloody 9 hours. The rest of the time is sitting around. And it won't not even be 9 hours, it's not even that. It's probably only about bloody 3 hours. 2 hours, 3 hours, yeah. I think they pull the wool over our eyes so much because we're not allowed to go up there and have a look independently. If you took a bloody balloon up there, you'd soon find out.
Yeah, I think there's lands above our heads. I think these maps that I have are pretty much spot on. That's my opinion.
Do you think that Jupiter
That's
is
why
a
they
land?
want to go.
Is a land?
Yeah, that's why they want to go up, not to get out of here, so they could go. Just like the ancestors in these certain lands talked about climbing these trees to get up to the upper lands. Well, they cut them down, and that cut off their trade route and their ancestors. But now you see all these crafts flying up. Who's to say they're not going to these upper lands? People could deny it, but that's fine with them. I don't care really if people agree or not. It's how I see it through my research.
Well, what I would get out of that is that you're reducing in size. So what I see is then the greatest one is the biggest one at the top, and they're just getting smaller and smaller because there's there's definitely a reason for cutting off the tree so he couldn't get up there. There's definitely a reason for people to want to go up. If that's the case, I would say that the greatest area, like you think in reverse. If you think that the base is the biggest area, go the other way and reverse it so that the biggest area is now at the top and the smallest area, Earth, is at the bottom.
Just this fucking picture I got. Here it is. This kind of looks like this other picture I have, kind of like based off of it. I don't think we're floating in the air like that, but this reminds me of the Hindu picture that I have.
Well, if you're going to say that something's above you, then you're going to say that you're not floating, and nor is it.
Yeah. It could be. Hold on, let me post some other. These pictures always show a tree or a mountain at the center. So if there's a tree, maybe the land is on the tree branches. Who knows how big these trees really are and how little we really are.
Well, as I said the other, was it yesterday or was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday where I said, we got the hole that's meant to be there and Mount Meru in the middle. There's the rock floating on on nothing.
Yeah, that's just a drawing, but I like it. I need a better example here.
I mean that if you have a look at all the early covers of Yes songs, you remember the band called Yes?
No.
There's a band called Yes in America back in the 70s, 80s, 70s, 60s and 70s, I think. But anyway, Yes had that depiction of land floating in it, very much like how Avatar had it, right? The Avatar.
They always depict some rock or mountain, even trees at the center. So if there's nothing there, why would, they try to say that the ancestors were idiots and they were making mistakes and it was their imagination and like, man, I'm not that. It makes me laugh when people say that. I think the ancestors were 100 times more intelligent than we are.
No, I think the ancestors were 100 times closer to what was actually going on before it all got fucking destroyed, before it all got taken.
Imagine a Titan farting. How much damage that would cause? That would be like a Category 12 hurricane.
Especially for a bugger who was about 30 feet tall.
It sound like a fucking trumpet. Boom, be echoing off the firmament. But no.
A celestial vault.
Right. As far as it being...
They called it a vault. They didn't call it a ceiling. They called it a vault.
Yeah, I think it's closed in, right? Like, no, I don't know. The only reason I say that is because I've seen a picture of a guy who capped off a bottle and they put plants in there and watered it one time. And it's been capped for almost 70 years, if it's true or real. They have not watered that bad boy one time, and it's doing just fine without anyone interfering. So it made me think of our realm with the firmament, but I don't know. I have a few ideas.
Well, the thing is that we got to know that there was trees here that were bloody miles high. Now, miles high. also, the opposite of that is that miles down into the ground is also the root system, right?
That's how you think they travel in and out of here is through underground. That's why the guy's peeking under the firmament looking out. Because that's the way out of here is digging out. And I've read about tribe digging. That's how you get in and out of here is through the underground.
Well, if
People
the
be like,
plane,
no
if
way
the
out,
plane,
man. We're stuck in here.
if the plane is most of the plane is under the ocean, right? Which kind of
Yeah.
makes the ocean a cup,
Right.
and so therefore, it kind of lends itself to be more of a concave scene rather than a convex, which is outward. It's not a ball scene, and I don't think it's flat like the flat earthers say. I think it is actually concaved. Actually, it wouldn't hold water, and the surface of the land under the water is showing that it's more concaved, like a crater rather than a flat chunk of land. Yeah, I mean, I've pretty much been following Bertie London's work, and I agree with that. I agree that we are in a crater, and that this place is encapsulated by something. The ancients called it a vault, a vaulted ceiling. To me,
Yeah.
it's like a bubble.
I
To
was
me, like
talking
there are.
and I was muted up and I was talking. And then I tried to unmute and I hit the arrow out of here.
what the fuck you were
Oh,
doing?
but no, I was saying when you had said about, I was saying I don't think any flat earther thinks the ground is flat like a table because there's hills and valleys and shit. But when they
Exactly.
say, when a real flat earther says the earth is flat, they're meaning there's no curvature like a ball. You're not going to go around curves to go to the bottom of the ball. That's all they mean by that. But globe people that think around the globe would say that they would be like they would use that against a lot of flat earthers. Oh, you think it's, instead of asking them, what do you think?
Yeah.
They
How do you
assume.
think it works? How do you think that works for you? Yeah. That's the way. I mean, you got to ask the person, how do you think it works for you? Because you can't say, oh, I'm a flat earther, and then have no explanation of how you got to that bloody
Yeah.
understanding, right?
The only way to find out where we are is to just be able to explore. And it just
I've talked,
seems damn near
to
impossible.
bloody pseudo flat earthers though. I've talked to a lot of pseudo flat earthers, and then they'll bloody you'll say, "Oh yeah, I'm a flat earther." I'll say, "I'll explain yourself." Then they haven't got a fucking clue how to explain it. They just bloody would be riding on a wave. These bastards, they're surfing the fucking street, mate. Right?
Riding on a
Some of them
wave.
are. Some of them are, Chuck. Some of them are. Some of them are fucking just floating on the wind and the breeze, mate. They have no
Well, I
idea what
said
they're
that,
bloody.
but Ron, I said riding a wave to your mind gets seasick. A lot of them are. You're right, Dean. What's up, Kamambo? fucking.
I had a discussion. My mate rang me up from Tassie yesterday in Australia. He rang me up. He said, "How you going, Dino?" Well, actually, I got a message first. "How you going, Dino?" I thought, shit, Drew, funny. I was only thinking of you the other day. And so I gave him a ring, and we talked, oh, shit, 3.5, 4 hours probably by phone. I mean, I love the guy. He's a bloody good mate of mine. We grew up together. But he said to me, you know, bloody global warming and that. And I said, "Where'd you get the global warming shit from, Drew? You know me, I don't believe in that shit, mate." And he goes, "Yeah, Dino, I know you're a fucking hard old cunt."
You got
He
it.
said,
Channel 7.
so I said, "Drew, you got to fucking understand, man. They tell us the truth in plain sight." And he says, "What do you mean by that?" I says, "They tell us it's sea level, Drew. They don't tell you it's fucking sea level if the fucking thing was curved, right? The truth is, it is actually sea level. That's the fucking fact of it. And why they wouldn't, that's the bloody whole thing. You can tell, you can talk to anyone about this and ask them, why do they call it sea level? Why? Can you take a measurement from it? Can
My
you take a
grandpa
measurement of
said it's
height and
flat.
depth from it? Is it any good for taking measurements?
And my grandpa's in the Navy on the battleship. So he was up in these oceans chilling. Well, I used to think he was nuts. I'd be like, "Gramp, it's not flat, man." In school, they tell us around the globe. Like, I was still indoctrinated.
Hugs, JG.
Let's see. What's up, JG?
So,
Yeah, it's a great subject. Sea level. I love the bloody thing. You know, you can have a discussion with anyone. The fact is, you're talking about one specific thing: sea level. You're not talking about sea curved, sea round, sea square, sea triangle. You're talking about sea level.
It's like, can you see the levelness? But water isn't always completely level when it's being disrupted with wind. But what's wind, right?
Well, it's tides and stuff. I mean, we can see that the bloody Lake Michigan on a bloody stormy night ain't level either, is it? Right?
It reminds me of the waves and the energy that's flowing through the oceans. Reminds me of like the salt water is a conductor of some sort of energy. The way it flows in and out. The ripple effects.
Yeah, there's apparently these two tides that cross. Is it in the Atlantic? I'm not sure. I think it's in the Atlantic. And they cross, and when they cross each other, they still maneuver in the same direction and same flow. Yet the cross moves with it, right? It moves with the currents as they go across each other. It's amazing.
if the Earth is round, right, the water in all the different areas will be level. So it'll be all on different angles, like a hexagon. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean the thing. Yes, there's doesn't matter where you go. The surface is going to have a level surface.
You know what
Doesn't
I
matter
feel?
what kind of containment's underneath it.
I feel disrespected that NASA is making trillions of dollars a year and they keep showing us these dusty ass pictures that you can tell are just not real. It's like a slap in the face. It's like getting teabagged by a fucking giant. I feel disrespected to the fullest. They think I'm an idiot or something.
Hey, at least you're looking to getting teabagged by a giant, not a bloody woman that turned into a man.
Yeah, that's scary. Damn.
Or a man that's been turned into a woman. Oh my god.
That's scary, man. That would be scary, bro.
I'd hate to be in the dating scene today as a young person. Oh, the poor bastards.
I think I would jump off a bridge. Oh no.
It's got balls. Oh no, it's got balls.
Your mother. What's up, Dom?
Hey, Charles.
Dom's on a stakeout. He's whispering. What's up?
Oh, sorry, hold on. I didn't realize. Is it low?
There you go. Dom is snipering. He's on a mission.
Just handing out ropes so people can strangle themselves.
Strangle City.
So we use a lot of words, like words only, like heaven, hell, demons, devils, gods, flat.
It's
Ghoul.
demon. There's no D at the end of demon.
Okay, demon. Okay. So how would one prove that to themselves when they say it in words? Like how would you prove where heaven is or isn't?
Right.
How would you prove if the earth is flat or not? You know, even though the word earth just means dry land. You know, just because we see two objects in the sky doesn't validate that. We can assume that maybe we're in some sort of dome or sphere, but anybody been there? I haven't. And when people write about it, are they even alive that we can validate, and are they even trustworthy? I'm with the hand gesture.
Myself every day. Damn it.
It's like tracing the clouds. Where do they come and where do they go? You know, some clouds literally disappear. They might go into different atmospheres, but
Well, I had a fucking nice half a blunt. Now I can't find it. Somebody robbed me. No, I misplaced it. Oh well, not a big deal. Hopefully someone smoked it and enjoyed it at least. Everybody's quiet as a mouse. Shit, I don't know what this.
Well, what you got, Chuck? What's the topic?
Go ahead, JG. Where you go, bro?
What's the topic?
Whatever you want it to be.
All right. I don't know.
I just made him muted me mic so that Maureen can bring me in a cup of tea, but I actually don't drink tea. I'm actually drinking rose. Well, I do drink tea, but it's just taking the essences out of, what do they call that when you take the essence out of things with hot water? Steeping, yeah. So I'm just steeping rosemary and thyme, because rosemary's bloody good for the memory, and thyme helps to keep people alert. And we talk about, and as I said to Maureen, just dropped my cup of tea in, and she says, oh, I pulled the thing out from yesterday and it smells like it's still got goodness. And I said, yeah, oh yeah, no, this could be good. I'll use that again. But the thing is, you were going to get the best from the first initial steeping. But there are, like so many things that give us brain fog and memory loss and stuff like that in the world that I call the artificial world, compared to what we can take out of nature for ourselves and to actually not. I'm not saying heal ourselves, because I don't think we'll ever fucking fully be healed from the fucking bullshit that's here. I just said to Maureen, like, they have all these agendas and ways of manipulating our mind. They got it through the food, they got it through the air, they got it through the water, they got it through everything they can fucking think of, even in our mind, through different things such as climate change and all this other bullshit. But even if you can say, okay, I know it's all bullshit. I know it is. I know it's crap. I know I don't stuff it. I don't fucking want to believe in it. I don't want to let it control my person. But a funny thing I said to Maureen, the funny thing about it is, we've been undermined by the crap for so long that our body and mind operates around it. And now when we try to drop it out of our system, even that is a very difficult and challenging thing. And so that's why I say, when we're saying that there's poisons in our food and in our water and stuff like that, that even though we are aware of it and we move ourselves away from it, we've been trained by that bloody thing right up to the day we awaken from it. And if your mind thinks that you can just stop that shit when you've been trained by it, you just can't. You've got to unhinge yourself right out of it. And to do that, you really got to have somewhere else you want to fucking go. Right? Even in the mind, you have to be able to have somewhere else to go. You have to have something else to concentrate on so that you don't slip back into that bloody state. And a lot of people say, they talk about how woke they are, but they'll tell you about one thing and have no knowledge of anything else. And I mean, they'll tell you about something that's going on in the bloody world, but they don't have any idea about bloody the shape of the earth or anything like that. Oh, that's got no importance. It's got no importance because they can't understand it, and their mind's been fucked over so much they can't bloody see it. That's the problem.
Dude, they call life like a hell realm. I think that term is so corny. But like what you're saying right now, life is insane, dude. People are fucking insane. I don't think people realize, or maybe they do realize, but if you really think about life and think about how fucked up it is, how is this like? How can you be? How can you even like deal with people and like people? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, how can you support this and support that? Like if you're real with yourself on life, it'll fucking depress the shit out of you. It'll fucking fuck you up big time. You know, like if you have that awareness. I'm not wording it right now. I'm not wording
I know what
wording
you're trying to say. I think I know what you're trying to say, JG. I mean, I kind of instigated it really by bloody saying what I was saying, but you know, like
It's like being conscious, like truly conscious, right? Not this woke conscious, this fake ass, whatever. Like to be like truly conscious, right?
you'd have to move away from this fucking world.
Truly observant, not deluded, you know, not skewed, not swayed, but like you really see things for what it is, man. It just destroys your soul. It destroys your psyche, you know. It's just
And it really takes away your ability to talk to other people too, right?
yeah, true. I mean, I just it's like we gotta fool ourselves every day to think this is awesome. You know, there's great parts to life, but man, it's fucking insane.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it takes the spirit of alcohol to fucking give you a real party these days, doesn't it? You know, I mean,
Yeah, but that just makes it way worse. You know,
yes,
it's like
I know.
it's like a
You're
video
going to kidding yourself. You're going to kidding yourself.
It's
But
like it's like a video game, right? And then you start drinking in the video game, and now it's like you're playing Super Mario Bros. And now Bowser's like 10 miles tall, and you're like, ah, fuck.
that's it. That's it. I mean, that's what happens. That's what the alcohol's for. It keeps people in that position.
I'm just saying, it's
Fuck,
you
I
can
had
make
three cans of bourbon and cola. I'm
it's
still gonna
already insane, right? It's already so fucking insane, and then when you start doing other things, it makes it way more insane, way more crazier. Just another crazier world. And then you heal up and you stop doing this, stop doing that. It's still fucking insane. It's still fucking crazy as fuck. And we're all just like fooling ourselves, thinking that this is like, oh, this is great, man. But it's I don't know, man. I guess for some people it's crippling. For some people they're like, ah, shut up. But it's like, yeah, I guess you're really not seeing it, you know.
People will say all sorts of things to divide to cause a division bell. Because we have been divided so fucking long, we only know division.
It's the human mind, man. You know, I see that the division's one thing, but the human mind, like if you really get to the root of the problem, the human fucking mind, how fucking insane it is, how man, right? Man's psyche has just made the world so fucking fucked up. It's a nightmare. We're in a living nightmare.
I'm going to read this. What does mind over matter mean spiritually? Most people who believe in, or at least observe, the effectiveness of the mind-body-spirit connection often throw around the phrase, mind over matter, to refer to the influence the human mind can have upon the body to heal.
I never want to be that guy that's like, it's not that insane. It's not that crazy. Because then I'm fooling myself. I'd rather be that guy like, yeah, it's fucked up. This place is insane. It's fucking nuts. You know? That's the thing. I'd rather be realistic than fucking fooling myself and diluting my own mind. You know? Oh, she's not cheating on me. Meanwhile, I caught her 5 times already, you know?
I mean, when your head is full of shit, you gotta fucking unload the crap before it'll fucking, you can talk sense.
I'm just saying, it's just reason. When you really reason and when you're true with your mind, right? I'm not talking about Jack Talcott, fucking fake true, fake this. You know, I'm not talking about that, like, that skewed mentality, like that preacher mentality. I'm talking about real thinking, you know, real vigilance, real awareness.
I call that like critical thinking. That's about as best a word as I can find for it. Common sense thinking, right?
Well, it's common sense is really different. Common sense is like, oh yeah, you gotta wipe your ass after you shit. No shit, common sense.
So critical thinking's even better than fucking common sense, right?
Common sense is nothing, dude.
Well, common sense will fucking save you from fucking getting your ass wet in the river when you could fucking float across on a fucking raft, right?
Right, but common sense is like white belt in karate shit. Like a jujitsu white belt in karate, that's common sense. You get what I'm saying? There's a level. It's like, yeah, common sense is great to have, but it's really trivial to a deeper consciousness.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel that when you say a deeper consciousness, I feel that people who are connected to the intuition seem to have more of a deeper consciousness than people who are just like running on their wits, right?
Well, it's the mind behavior. It's like when you really figure out the mind behavior, it's motherfuckers. Like you're around people, say you're at a skate park, right? And you're skating good, and people are catching feelings, and they're trying to slick talk, and you're just like, man, these people are insane. Look how insane the mind behavior is. I know how to deal with those people, but what I'm saying is, it's like when you really sit back and you observe everything, and you're just like, God damn, this mind thing in life is. It's
well, you can definitely take yourself out of some of these investments that people invested in.
The mind is terrorism. The mind is terrorism. You know.
Take yourself out of some of these environments. Self-destruction.
Well, it's what I'm saying, Chuck, is it's just.
But we talk about it like we woke up and all that, but I mean, we're out there buying bloody clothes, we're buying shoes, we're buying the latest fucking this and that. We keep supporting the machine, but we tell everybody we don't want to be near it.
Well, it's like what fentanyl is doing to people, right? It's like, oh, don't be around that shit. Yeah, but it's like that's not what I'm getting at. No shit, don't be around those people doing fentanyl. Don't be around that environment. No shit, common sense, right? But what I'm saying is, look at what it's really doing to fucking people. Look how wicked man is. Look at how fucking fucked up the mind is. You know, yeah, it's great, but at the same time, it's fucking tainted.
When you
It's
realise the devil inside you, then you realise there is fucking everybody's fucking tainted with the same brush.
what does that mean? The devil inside? Can you elaborate on that?
Well, what you're talking about, you're talking about people who are acting mean, angry, and
Acting in desperation for a drug.
No,
yeah, like that sort of
I
stuff.
just hate when people say like biblical names to try to like talk about something. It's
What did I
infantile.
say? What would I say biblically?
No, I'm just saying like I hate when people say devil. Like, oh, the devil. It's like, come on,
Oh,
man.
the devil. Okay. Oh, well, I use the word devil as an offshoot to the opposite of good. Okay.
Yeah, I got you. It's a pet peeve, man. It really fucks with my vagina.
Oh, just the fucking first word that came to mind. It wasn't actually a fucking yeah. I understand. It's the opposite of good and bad for me. And so I only recited the song "Devil Inside" because In Excess sang it, and you can see how human nature will use anything to get its graft, to get its fulfillment, right?
You know what it is, Dean? What I'm saying, it's like acute perception. That's what it is. Some people think they got it. Some people have it, right? But with the people that have it, it's like that's the real truther shit. People will say, "Oh, I want to be a truther." Well, hey, acute perception, that's the ultimate truther right there. That's the ultimate like level, you know?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Of course, acute perception. But even what would you call it? A person with acute perception can have his down days or her down days.
Acute consciousness, you know, and then somebody will say, "Oh, but yeah, but your perception could be skewed." Yeah, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when it isn't skewed, when it isn't, you know,
Yeah,
diluted.
that's what we're all talking about. At times when it's not skewed. I mean, that's acute perception. Here we go. Acute perception means having a very sharp, keen, or highly sensitive ability to notice details and understand situations, essentially implying a deep level of insight and awareness when perceiving something. It suggests the ability to quickly and accurately grasp subtle nuances or important aspects of a situation.
I think that's the hardest position to be in life, is to be on that level. I think that's the hardest thing in the world, man.
Now, to put it in discernment, if you live in civilization with other humans, that's where most people talk about insanity. Where if you start living out in the jungle and the forest, nature's quite okay. It will show you quickly its destructive and constructive behaviors. Life exists everywhere. You breathe it in every day. But for most folks, where you live all the time is where people might come with what they say disgruntled. They might not like it. Some people perceive it as fun. But I realized for myself, I know the difference. I just have to step outside and be out in the woods to realize that has nothing to do with the insanity part. The insanity part is me bringing in my thoughts from where I came from. But on a physical level, there's no insanity going on in nature.
That's exactly why I bloody initiated the conversation like I did, Tom.
Thanks, Dean.
Well, that's the great part of perception is like realizing how great nature is, but then it's like I'm talking about nature, camping, like bonfires, stuff like that. Awesome, great times. That's the shit. But then it's like, man, it's the back of your mind. You're like, man, human beings are fucked. You know?
Aye. But you know, when we initiate a conversation, we can elaborate on it and just find out how fucked we are, right? And just how fucked our minds work when we try to eliminate all the bullshit and come back to acute thinking, you know?
Well, that's where I think, Dean, you have the difference between the mind and the brain.
There
You
you
have
go,
two different
Dan.
sets of brains. You have the upper brain that receives from the gut. The gut is actually what receives from what's called the mind. That's why we have receivers. This is the concept of Kabbalah. You're receiving information, but from where? From what's called the mind. That's why you have many words with the word meant. Mind, man, whatever word you want to use. Again,
Yeah. Well, the gut's reading all the bloody shit you're putting in it. It's reading, its script comes from the food you put in the bloody stomach. If the fucking food is shit, then you're gonna obviously get a shit script, don't you?
well, that's when you have to have a communication with the upper brain, hence where the king and queen sits,
Yeah.
and the rest of your gut. And then this is where we play with the gesture called the heart. So now, if we're eating foods but not receiving information, this is why people talk about the concept of fasting and meditating. You fast, you restrain from eating foods because the gut actually has to process it. But if it's no longer eating, it does a double function now. Now you can listen to it, hence intuition, insightful. This is where the people that understand that stuff. But for most people, they eat foods, they congest their body, and then they want to be able to communicate with their body. But meanwhile, the body's saying, I'm already full. I got to process all this food. Again, eating food is just one aspect. We consume in so many other areas, both emotionally and mentally. And of course, we're bombarding ourselves with all this technology around us. Electricity, Wi-Fi, radio frequency, dirty noise from airplanes and cars and trains. That all affects us.
Well, yeah, and we've got the other thing too, is the pollution of some of the stuff that we ingest, right?
Mhm.
That's a big one, and I mean, it actually is a really, really, really big one. Yesterday, I decided, right? I mean, for ages, for the last few months, I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for my girls to shine, right? And one of them started to shine, so I thought I'd take a little sample off of her. And you know, I've been ingesting tent growing stuff for the last few months, compared to yesterday when I had some stuff that was grown in the natural ground, right? So we're talking natural earth here, right? And I can tell you, Dom, JG, and everyone that's listening, Chuck, that there's something in the fertilizers that's fucking with our brains as well. And you've got to fucking know that there's shit in that fertilizer that's not fucking good for you.
What is it?
I don't know what it is, JG, but I fucking had something yesterday. I had stuff, my own natural stuff, compared, and I had a whole different attitude. I wasn't depressed. I wasn't feeling I had motivation. I had fucking motivation. And I would think to myself, what's the biggest thing that we're fucking being held back by in this world is motivation. And fuck, look at it. I got a fucking test kit right in front of me. It laid on the table for me.
Somebody's listening to this right now, like, why, Jesus? Why, Jesus? Is it so terrible?
Look what Jesus did to me, man.
Why, Jesus? Save us.
So the fact is that people are smoking all this fucking fertilizer and it's fucking making them depressed.
Well, at that point, Dean, the conscious mind is not communicating anymore with the subconscious mind. So that's where fasting for some people, if they do it long enough, you can
It's Ramadan right now.
I was going to say you could reattune yourself, and then you can start listening to your body, hence body consciousness, and the body will communicate with the conscious mind and say, no, don't eat
Yeah,
that
but
food.
but it helps if you put the right food in the gut and the mind, though, isn't it? It helps. It helps that way, Dom. If you put the right stuff in there to help facilitate it,
Sometimes
you
you have to
know.
do. Sometimes you have to do an engine flush first before you start putting more stuff in the engine.
Oh yes, I know. I understand that, and I fucking fully I understand that it's true. But I tell you, I have for years and years, most of my entire life, not just had one strain, but had many strains. And the reason
You know the
is
best way to
that we
fast?
become acclimatized to each strain. It only takes a few days, even hours, of taking in one strain to become acclimatized to it. And so you want to have a whole lot range of different strains so that you don't become acclimatized to just one.
Well, there's other things that we can fast too, besides just physically, emotionally, and mentally. The fact that we're
No,
on
I'm just trying to
computers,
give out some bloody help there to other people around. But anyway,
again, if
I learned this from a customer how to fast. They were like, Chuck, you want to fast? Just shove a bunch of cocaine up your nose. You won't eat for fucking weeks. No, I'm joking.
I get it, Charles. Physically is one type of fast. Then you have your mental and emotional fasting. And of course, a lot of us are being bombarded with all this type of technology, our dopamines and all that. So, but once people understand the three-dimensional part of us and harmonize those things, then you could probably endure a little bit better, but people are still going to suffer.
Hey, what's up, Chuck Norris?
hey, Truth Zone.
Hey, what's good, bro? What's good? What's happening, man?
Got a bit of a conversation on here as usual.
Yeah, yeah. I just hopped in for a little bit. I ain't gonna be long, man. What y'all talking about, man?
We've been buddy brushing the what do we ingest into our mind. We're brushing on the topic of sea level.
Right.
Basically, we're brushing on lots of different topics here at the moment. But basically around the human, what they call the human condition, I guess.
Right. What they say, they say life is but a dream, man. Like what they say, life is what you make it, man. I was on a panel last night, and a young lady was conveying to me that we live in a prison planet. But I was telling her, I was conveying to her, like, it only can be a prison if you make it a prison. You can be in prison by different ideologies. You can be in prison by the food that you eat. You can be in prison. You can become imprisoned to your fucking car payment. So it's not the fact that it's a prison planet. It's just it's like I say all the time. This is an amusement park, and you can be in prison by the goddamn rides, by the amusement park rides. You see what I'm saying?
But yes, I think the biggest bloody thing here that imprisons us is the mind, right?
Right. Yep, the mental, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
My nigga Naga, what's good, my boy? My nigga, hey Naga, what's good, my nigga? Naga, a real nigga, man. That's my dog, man.
Hey, salute man to the chat in the panel. I come in divine and conquest. You know what I'm saying? I ain't come to divine and conquer, I just came in divine, and conquest.
On you,
Salute to all
Naga.
y'all.
On you, Naga. Peace and love to you, bro.
Yeah, man. I've been listening, since Charles came live. I was, I'm cooking,
You were
so
the first people to like the chat, bro.
So I'm cooking, I finally get a chance, to tap in with y'all, and I've been listening, and
Bring it, bro. Bring it, bro.
I want to ask, I want to ask a question, for those who wish to answer, honestly, whether you want to answer honestly, or, lie to your senses, whatever the case may be, right? Uh, 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 why do you guys think that, when you cleaning your house, right? When you clean your house and put everything where they're supposed to be, is that division or is that organized?
I call that organizing.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
OCD. It's
So
organization.
why do every time, right? uh People, like-minded people trying to group themselves, together, right? Whatever, they, whatever they identify, their likeness to be, right? Whether it's in the mind or whether it's in the physical, right, in the flesh. Why do you guys feel like there is such a big, stigma on that, on grouping, ourselves together, like-minded people, or, like, people
It's a good question. That's a good question, Naga. It's a good question.
because, every time, every time we talk about in groups, people will be like, man, you talking just like them. You trying to divide, you bringing the same divide and conquer, right? First of all,
Yeah.
I want to know what's wrong, with divide and conquer. First of all, like, what's wrong with that? And let me ask the, the my, uh in my first, the first question I had, right? Do you guys think that, everybody is the same? Is everybody the same?
I would say that I'm
Course
an
not.
individual and there's not many people like me. Right.
We're all different in ways.
All right. That's, that's a good answer. It ain't no wrong answer neither. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no wrong or right answer. I just want to see, where
Yeah,
you're at,
fully.
with everything that we know, with all this information we've been collecting since the age of information. I just, want to see where we at. You know what I'm saying? So if we all, if everybody is not the same, we all not the same people, right? I think biology proved that, right? I think
Yes,
physical structure proved that, right? I think DNA proved that, right? That
obviously.
everybody
Yeah.
is not the same. So what's wrong with, like I said again, to the, the question I asked previously, what's wrong with people, with like-minded people, or people that have the same likeness, however they perceive their likeness to be, right? What's wrong with, grouping themselves together? What's
Exactly.
wrong
I
with
don't
bird
know.
people?
I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I can, the only answer I can give you is that um, when I have traveled in different places, it doesn't matter where I go or what I'm doing, I tend to run into the type of people that are my family, I guess, my tribe. And that the nature of my being attracts those like-minded folk to me, right?
Right. You are what you attract. I mean, you attract what you are. Uh, that's why you like what Naga was just saying. I'm gonna piggyback off what he was just saying. Like you see hive-minded people that think alike, that think on the same, that be on the same synchronicity, all in bunches. Like when it's time to vote, you will see 1,000 sheeple all lined up at the same goddamn voting booth because they think alike. They resonate with one another. So somebody like with us, you might come to a panel like Charles's. It might be 8 people or 5 people on the damn panel that's talking just alike. That's why you don't see a lot of people in the chat. The numbers ain't that big.
But I want to say this. I think, it's just one-sided to say, we attract, uh, uh, we attract, what we are,
No,
because,
hey, hold on, Naga. Hey, hold on, Naga. Let me take that back. Let me recap my statement. Because a lot of people You can be spiritual. You can be like use your discernment and be conscious, whatever you want to call it, whatever title you want to call it, wokeism, whatever you want, sleep, whatever the fuck they want to call it. A lot of the time we don't agree on shit. We don't agree on things. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
So even from that aspect, but go ahead, knock my bad, bro. I ain't gonna cut you off.
Now, with the, because I heard that a lot, that saying that, we attract, who we are, but in the same breath, there is also a saying that's the opposite attract. I think I asked somebody a question that before on your panel. You know what I'm saying? So if opposite attract, and and like also attract like, right? So it is both, it's one sided, to only bring that up, and not bring the other one up, right? So what I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is that light attract bugs, right? Light
Right,
attract bugs. Mean bugs
right.
that doesn't have their own light, they are attracted to the light, right? So again,
There
we
you go.
can't always, we can't use certain universal concept, right, to try to, to encompasses, the masses, right? Because like I was saying earlier, everybody is not the same.
We're all individuals, yes.
Right, and I feel like that's what makes us special, man. Because everybody can't be the same, man. It's called having originality, man. I can't be like
Yeah.
Naga. Naga can't be like me. I can't be like Kiwi Outlander. I can't be like Charles. Everybody gotta have their own.
No, but you can resonate with me and I can resonate with you,
Right,
right?
right, 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 right. Yeah, I agree with that.
Mm.
Right? So that's similarities, right? we
Yes.
we 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 tend to attract towards similarity and repel towards,
Man, why the fuck he want to
difference.
come? Man, why do people want to come? Why the fuck all goddamn close to me and shit, man? God damn,
What you doing?
huh?
Right? We often repel towards, we repel towards, we I mean we tend to track, what I'm saying, or who we resonate with, right? Our people we are like, and we tend to repel, what I'm saying, towards those, that are our differences, right? So we embrace, our similarity and reject, our differences, when it is in fact our differences that makes us unique. So
Yeah.
when we all,
Very well put, Naga.
Right,
Very well put.
look, Naga, check this out. Naga be on my panel a lot of the times, right? And a lot of the times, a lot of the people over there don't agree with what Naga be saying. It's contention a lot of times. A lot of people in the comments, I don't agree with what Naga is saying, but like, uh, it happens a lot of time with a lot of us, man. We don't think the same, bro.
Yeah,
We
what I like about what you just said there, Naga, is actually that's defining the line in the sand, isn't it? Right? And this is where people are saying, well, I'm an individual, but I think like you, but we're not the same. We think similarity, but we're not the same.
yeah.
Uh, and I think that's like I mean, obviously, a discussion between people will eventuate. If you meet someone new, you're obviously going to discuss something. Often you'll find out if you have a strong similarity to that person or a weak one, is how much you agree with that, right?
right, the similarities, right?
Yes,
Hey, look, let me
right.
ask y'all a question. Let me ask y'all gentlemen a question real quick, man. I'm gonna try to be as genuine as I can. If you all had a choice, if you had a choice, right? We always talk about this being a prison planet, this being a hell realm, and people want to escape the matrix. But if you all had a choice, would you all choose to come back down here and live another life here again?
I'm gonna always come back. If I leave, best believe I'm gonna come back. That's if I
Oh,
leave.
facts.
That's what I say too. If I leave, I'm coming back. You bet.
But you'd
People
be
say,
Right.
surprised.
oh, fuck this place, I'm never coming back. Where the hell are you going to go?
You'd be surprised that a lot of people don't wanna. A lot of people don't wanna be here.
What do you mean come back? Do it again?
Yeah, do it
Or
again. Do it
Well, the
again.
thing is, you
You
won't
know,
be living your
I was
same life again. You won't be living
right,
your life again. You'll be a different
right.
Nah, that's not
person.
that's not what I mean by come back. I mean continue, right? Like when I wake up, right? When I go to sleep and wake up and come back, right, to the reality, I don't do the same shit I did yesterday, but I continue doing what I was doing. See?
Right, I'm saying like come back down, be born again. Like they say, Jesus, he was born. Give your life to Jesus Christ, you'll be born again. Like us being
I
born
don't
again,
know.
coming back, reincarnating in this motherfucker. I
If
would want to do it. I would want to come back. I want to be a nigga all over again. I was telling somebody that yesterday. I was like, because I was going down memory lane. I was riding around in the city I grew up in, and I was just going down memory lane. I said, man, I had a pretty dope childhood. I said, if I could do this again and come back and be a black man all over again, I would want to. I would want to come back in this same avatar and be indigenous all over again and do this shit again. Because I had a dope childhood, man. Even though we didn't have much, I still had a dope childhood. I'm like,
not
man,
that they say
Do
do
you
it
think
again,
that's possibly
I
what
could
the
continue.
Egyptians were trying?
But
Do you
I
think?
wouldn't come back.
Do you think
huh?
that's possibly what the Egyptians were trying to do when they were doing the mummies?
Well, I think that's a divisive
Fake
mindset,
ass
right?
Egyptian.
I think there is a difference between a divine mindset and a divisive mindset, right? And a divided mindset. So I think this is why most people having a conflict with their physical and their mental or their spiritual aspect, because people are looking at view both the two of them being separated from each other. When in fact, if they ever separated from each other, that means that you cease to you're unalive. It means
Yeah.
that you cease to exist, right?
Yeah.
You like a ghost. If your mind is being separated from your body, you're like a ghost, right? So
Yeah.
this is why a lot of people is just like the Walking Dead, because they separated their mind, right? Their spiritual self from the physical self. They separated from their higher self from the lower self, right? So you like a ghost. You operated like a ghost, like you're not even here, you're not even alive, you're not even present. This is why you have a representation wherever you go, because you're not being in the present. The court system is proof of that. They
Always
don't.
be
They
in the
don't.
present. Yeah,
They don't.
the present's a gift. What they say, the present is a gift. Being in the present moment is a gift. A
I
present.
Right.
like
Absolutely.
And most people don't. Most people don't have that.
Damn, I like that line. I'm about to use it.
You digging that, bro? You liking that?
Yeah, that's dope.
Appreciate that, bro. That's what we gotta be. It's a gift, bro. Being here in the present. That's what I was telling my daughter the other day, because she kept talking about the past and the future. I said, there's no such thing as that, baby. You only can just be in the present, man. Enjoy it.
That's what the Egyptian was talking about. The wrapping of the mummy, right, is about the gift, because your body, right, is your mummy that's wrapping around your soul, right?
Of
Mm.
course. Of
So,
course.
so it's a symbolic thing that whenever, if they leave, is a symbolic thing for them to come back, right? For them to
Right.
always find themselves back. Water always find its level. Always
Right. But
find, its level.
I see
You
what you're
know,
saying. Hey, but Charles, bro, I didn't think you answered the question, bro. Would you want to come back? Would you want to come back and get a new avatar and do this shit again, bro? Would you want to plug into the Matrix again, bro?
If I could come back and live my life again, yeah, I would do it again for sure. But if I had to come back and all my family's gone still and all, I wouldn't come back.
Right. And I was, what's so crazy, bro? I don't like referencing the Bible or referencing religio to make my point. But I was thinking the other day, I was like, man, they keep talking about the return of Christ. I said, the return of Christ is us, man. They talking about us. We returned in this motherfucker. We came back in the game. We hit the return button. They say, what happens after the game end when you die in the video game? They said, do you want to continue? We hit the continue button. We came back to return of Christ.
well,
Yeah.
I
that
don't know.
is the same thing. Is the same thing as the giant, right? The sleeping giant, right? Or all of that. But that's the thing. People only looking at it That's what I'm saying. People separated the two. Some people look at it as only a spiritual concept, exoteric concept. Some people only looking at it as an esoteric concept. When it is both, you can't have the chicken without the egg. You can't have the
Right.
egg
Yeah,
without the chicken.
there you
People trying to
go.
find out which one come first.
So
They
you
come
saying
as a pair.
hey Nagas, if I'm hearing you correctly, bro, you saying the physical matters just as much as the spiritual.
Yes,
Yes.
it's matter.
Yeah.
Both is matter.
One can't be without the other.
Right. Like the chicken and the egg. People trying to find out which one come first. They come as a pair. Like your tennis shoes, man.
There you
Yeah,
go, now. Woo.
I like that. Ooh, I like that, Naga. God damn.
The Holy Ghost on that one.
So you know, I listen to like I used to listen to a lot of other spiritual channels all the time when I first came back into my when I first gained consciousness, whatever you want to call it. Like I started using my discernment, whatever you want to call it, and a lot of them always propagated that that the physical don't matter. It's just the spiritual and that's it. But you saying like the physical matters just as much as the spiritual. That makes sense. That makes more sense than just saying, hey, the physical don't matter. It's all spiritual. No, man. Like you just said, you can't have one without the other.
There
Yeah,
you
that's
go.
your parallel universe. That's your parallel universe right here.
So why are these people doing that then, Naga? Why are they saying, hey, the physical don't matter, it's only the spiritual, that's it?
To have you chasing your tail. They'll cut
Yeah.
your head off, right? And have you chasing your tail. They'll chop your head off. Like really chop your head off, nigga, or blow your head off, right? Blow your brain off, nigga. So you could come
So
back, nigga, and find that shit.
And
when
all
you're
you want to
talking
do is eat your tail.
you're talking about the male and the female too come as a pair.
Yeah.
Right.
Hell yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
so the male and the female, the spiritual and the spiritual and the physical, goddamn. It creates a balance, right? You gotta have that balance.
Yeah. That's the scale of life.
So
I've
without
been
the
Create
saying
spiritual,
that. I've been
when
saying
you
that with my
fuck a man.
avatar. This is why I've been telling people this is what my avatar represent, man. People, is the equilibrium, man. Is the scale of
When
life. You can't have one without the other.
when the man
that
and
one?
woman plug into each other, it creates a spark that no other two men couldn't do it, two women couldn't do
Couldn't
it.
do it. You feel me? And it's the
What's the name
same
of
thing.
that song? Love in the marriage. You can't have one without the other. Say this, I tell you, brother. You can't. So yes. That's what
I
I'm
used to
saying. Like
always
that.
Can't have one without the other.
with
There you
children.
go.
So without no physical realm, there's no spiritual. Without no spiritual realm, there's no physical. Without no woman, there's no man. Without no man, there's no woman. The yin. Okay, I got you.
And people want to talk about, hey man, there is life or after death, but I only come here in this body to experience life. I'm only having a life experience, right? In this body, but they're talking about that there is life after death or outside of this body. Nigga, if there is life outside of this body, you don't need a body to experience life. I don't want to see you in this body.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Ooh, shit, that nigga Naga, he cold with it. So you saying, hold on. So you saying people say all the time, hey, I came into the physical realm to experience life. Like, nigga, you already had life before you even got into your body.
I would love to hear Naga say that when somebody says some shit like that. That would be funny, man. I'd fall out. But
yeah, I heard people say that all the time. I mean, I came into this physical realm to experience life. So you was dead before you got here, then, my nigga? What are you saying?
Yeah, there was a ghost. You feel me? And they'll go back to a ghost again, right?
yeah,
Because they hijack this body. It ain't theirs. It don't belong to them. They hijack this body. They're telling the truth. They're speaking for themselves. That's why most of these people will tell you they don't want to come back here, but they always come back to experience life. Because this is the only place, this is the only plane of life, of existence, where life exists. Every other planet, there is no life on any other planet.
I think outside of here is like a purgatory, more or less like not a life. There's no time, no existence. This is the only place to go, like Naga was saying, to have this experience like this, what we call life.
Yeah. And the fact is, we're not on the outside of it; we're on the inside of it, right?
We're in the inside of a pregnant cosmic womb.
That's what
A
this is.
feminine
That's what this. Go ahead.
realm that's pregnant, that's constantly giving life perpetually, exponentially all the time. It's giving life all the time, birthing life all the time. You put a seed in the dirt, it grows, it sprouts up, it gives life. You put your seed in a woman, this place it births life.
Look,
We might not
is
need
that
life outside of here because
In
is
other
that
words, you have to go in to have life, right?
but look, is that but it's also the Big Bang. The Big Bang that you do in the dark room with your old lady is the same thing the cosmos is doing right now. The cosmos is having a Big Bang right now. This is why we have life.
Right. I got you, Naga.
we probably never die. We just keep
Somebody like
cycling. We don't even know it.
Yeah, you never die. You just went to sleep.
The
We
thing is,
went
When
I
you eat
don't
from
think
the
we mean that.
elementary,
What the thing is that we
went
use the
within the
word
cosmic.
die, but I think it's the word exists. I think we're removing the word exists and replacing it with the word die, right? Because
we just went to sleep. Magi aunt, right? Like the aunt sisters, right? Before the ancestors passed away. What did the Magi aunt before they passed away? What they will tell you, man? I'm getting tired of this place, man. I just wanna rest. I just wanna go. And what happened? Like couple days, couple months after, they end up passing away. They tired, so they went to rest, right? Just like when you tired during the day, right? In the nighttime, you would go to rest, right? Because you're tired, you go to rest. And it's the same thing when people think they die. You never die. You just went to sleep because you eat from the elementary.
Ooh, Naga's bringing it. Elementary.
Yeah, you ain't eat no apple, none of that. You just eat from the elementary.
Yeah, gotcha.
You went. That's why you went. We went to school, right? That's why we went to which school?
Elementary school.
Everybody asking, yo, which school you go to? What school you go to? When you was a little kid, which one you go to? Oh, I went to this one. You went that. We all went to kindergarten, right? We all went to go through elementary. We all went through high school, right? All of that.
Yeah. Good stuff, Naga.
Say that again.
I say good stuff, Naga. Good. I mean, you sat back and then you brought it, bro.
I mean, all this stuff is being written, man. You know, the truth is in our face. You know what I'm saying? It's written in your heart. It's just that we are so detached from our body, from the physical body. We're not in touch with our heart. You're basically your Adam, leave your Eve. Basically, your mind,
Hey,
leave
so
your
now,
flesh.
you saying we just as much as the physical avatar as we are the spiritual body.
Yeah. Without them being together, right? What happened? They will repel each other. It's like I said, it's like two magnets. When you broke to a whole magnet, because that's what makes you whole. You are a whole being. You know what I'm saying? So when you broke yourself, right, so you start repelling each other like a magnet. This is why we say we keep talking about we attract, because we're magnetic beings. We're not electric beings. We're only electric beings when we split. Because when you split a magnet, there is an electrical grid, an electrical field that's created around that magnet.
Right, so I'm saying, like you said, I feel like we go searching for truth, we go seeking knowledge, we watch a million spiritual videos, a million conscious or discernment videos. Like you said, man, it was written. Everything you're looking for is within you. It's on you, not within you. It's on you. You already got it.
Yeah,
What
when you go
do
and journey around, it's gonna lead you back to yourself. and
What?
you're gonna
Right,
leave.
right.
You're gonna do the same thing again. You're gonna leave yourself again and go out here searching for some shit. It's gonna come right back to yourself, and you're
Hey,
gonna
what
look at
do?
yourself. You're gonna look at yourself in the face and say, "Man, I know this already, man. Yeah, I've been know this already." You damn right. You looking at yourself in the mirror. No, you know that. Why would you leave that? Why would you leave yourself? It's like leaving that old girl. You know that that's your old lady, but you always gonna leave her only to come back to her, right?
Right, right.
Just cause you
What
know she
do?
always take you back. You're like, man, she always gonna take me back. I'm good, man. I'm gonna head good, do me,
What?
man. She gonna take me back.
What dude tell dude in the movie Last Dragon when Leroy he was going around in the whole movie looking for a master. The whole movie looking for somebody else. Like, hey man, it's you. You the master. It's you, motherfucker. It's you, not me. Ain't nobody else. It's you. You the shit. You the teacher and the master. You all the above. We all the above, bro. We go looking. That's why I really don't. I really don't watch too many videos like I used to. I really don't go out looking for like researching like I used to no more because I know it's on me, man. I already got it. I don't need to go watch 1,000 videos. I don't need to read no book. I don't need to go meditate. I don't need to pray. I don't need to do none of the above because it's already on me. I already got it. I'm already there. I've been
I
there.
only go out like I go out to give to point, like I go out and I point this like, yo, you already got this on your shelf, right? Like you like, what you talking about? It's in your hand. You dust it out and you're like, oh shit, like that's crazy. I've been had this. Like, yeah, I don't go out to go and look for shit out in the world, but I go out in the world to shine my light and let people see they already have that on their shelf. Whatever it is that they're looking for is right there on your shelf. It's right there within yourselves. Literally. Literally, man. And people keep thinking that, hey man, this is some deep exoteric stuff, man. This is some deep, bro. It's all of that. It's all of that. It ain't separate. Like, it ain't, none of the literal aspect of things is not separated from the.
Your mic dropped off, Anaga. Your
Yeah,
mic's on.
no Mike. Mike left the building.
Yeah, I'm still kicking, man. I ain't gonna be up here too much longer, man. I got things I gotta
Hey,
do, man. It's my little boy's
hey,
birthday, man.
hey, Naga, your mic's muted, bro.
That nigga,
I don't think he realizes.
hey, Charles, do you agree with that hypothesis, man? That we just as much the physical as we are the spiritual, bro?
Nice to see you today, Dom. Nice to see you today, Dom.
Yeah,
Hugs, bro.
I think there's some sort of energy, whether people want to call it a spirit, a soul. Without it, we would flop to the ground. Just like a light can't shine without that energy going through it. Everything's about that energy. That's what God is.
Right. I heard. Do you feel like some of us might have been around here, even though time's an illusion? Do you feel like some of us might have been here 5,000 years ago, 10,000 years ago, through like numerous of lives?
I have that kind of a feeling, Truth Zone, but I don't know if I can finger point exactly, anything. But yeah, I have a feeling about certain things. My connection to rocks has been with me ever since I was a little child. So
Right.
I think there's something going on with that, and and big trees. I've got this thing about big trees. In fact, like when I was in the Coromandel years ago, me and a friend were out hunting, and I come down this ridge, and I recognised this tree stump in the undergrowth. I could see it. I could tell that there was some kind of line going around. So I followed it, and it was huge. And there were other trees growing inside of it now, but the whole thing was it was bigger than as a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom house. And I was thinking, like at the time, like, I'm connecting to an ancient tree here. But I mean, it's funny, but trees and rocks for me are something that I feel a strong connection to, and yeah, that's about it. Like, it's something to do with that.
Yeah, I'm back, man. Listen, man, this is the truth that's still being hidden. We've been talking about, right? We've been talking about the sphere, which is really a peer, right? It's a peer,
My
but
bad.
they put an S in front of it, right, and change it, right, and change the to make because they gotta lie to your senses, right? But it's a peer, right? So the earth is what the same way we have a higher self or lower self, right? Or we have a male aspect of us or a female aspect of us when it comes to energy, right? You have a masculine energy, right? And you have a feminine energy that create the body, your physical structure. Well, it's the same thing with the earth. The earth, I keep saying, the earth is two sphere. I even went to the map like before they fully hide the truth, because they can't just hide it just like that. They gotta slowly hide it, away from you, right? Just like when you're feeding a baby, you can't just stuck the spoon in the baby mouth, right? You have to give it little by little bit, right? So it's the same thing with the lie. So like I said, I even went to the map and show you before they give you the map, or the world as one ball, right? They call it a globe or a sphere. It was two, right? It was two of them, right? So
Bloody Mike's
Yeah,
done it again.
they look like eyeballs in them old maps. My bad, I was throwing the garbage out, True Song. Happy birthday to your son. Um,
Oh, many happy returns to your son, Truth Zone.
well,
Truth Zone, your mic's muted, and Naga, your mic's muted.
shit.
Silence is golden. Hey, you guys, your mic's muted again. Nope, no, Naga's dropped out. Okay, well, it's obviously we're having a few technical problems there. What was the last message in the chat was? Oh, okay, that was Naga. He's back. He said he's back, but I don't know if he is. And yeah, Dominic said, okay, Charles and gang, enjoy the share with each other.
Hey, where everybody go?
I don't know. Buddy, what Wandering Warrior's gone. Naga's gone.
Yeah, man. Somebody, hey, Gordon Zola, he said he's indigenous. Yeah, I feel that, bro. We indigenous for sure, man. Said I'm back. Naga said I'm back. Naga said he's in the back.
No, that was from last time. That's one from
Yeah, I'm
last
about to
time.
get up out. I'm about to get up out of here myself, man. I got things I got to do, man. I gotta run, man. I'm trying to stay on these panels long. I'm trying not to be long winded like I used to, man.
Well,
Is
yeah,
you about to end the panel?
I tell you what, bro. You take care and fucking enjoy your day. I know you do. I know you put a lot of investment into being here now, right? And I'm fucking with you on that one, bro. So yeah,
Right.
have a great day, bro. Right?
Appreciate you, man. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go live later on too on my channel. I wanted to go. I wanted to do it the past few nights, but I just ain't had the energy. I like, man, I get it. Sometimes it's good to get this shit a break, man. 'Cause when I try to, like I said, I try to be long with it. But I appreciate you, man. Appreciate
Well,
you,
I,
Adine.
I respect you and I appreciate you too, Tristan. And the thing is, I think we do need to have a break anyway, right? And I think it's a real thing to do that. So it's good. It's good healthcare, I think, to have that break,
Right,
right? Yeah.
right. Yeah, and shout out, Charles, man. I'm out. Peace, Dean.
Okay, bro. Take care, bro. Well, I don't know where Chuck is and what happened to Chuck, and I hope everyone is well in the chat today. And I've enjoyed your time here. I always do. I always come away with something valuable too, and that's what I like about Chuck's panel and Truth Zone panel. The few panels that I go to is that I always come away with something that I can think about and put some time and energy into and possess it, I guess, like possess it. I think that's the thing, When Naga was here, and I see he's back. Thank you very much for coming back, bro. And it's
I'm here.
something that I think that's very positive what you brought forward there about us being both, and that we are the duality. And if we, by
Dean,
bringing our minds back with our body and being here now, be here
Dean,
now is a great saying. Yep.
look,
Hello.
Dean, the moon is right here.
Oh, okay.
So the sun's behind me. If I turn around, I got the sun.
Yeah.
And if I turn it 180, here's the moon. The question is, can you go outside and see the moon?
Ah. The thing is, I see that's an unusual one for me because normally when I look for the moon, I'm looking in my northern sky, and it's the same direction that the sun comes from. If I
That's
was to
all
put
that
my
matters. But that's all that matters. If you could go outside right now and see the moon, that's all that matters. It don't matter what direction, because it's just proving that you're not at the bottom of a ball and I'm at the top. And where I am on the ball, I'm on the whole other side from where you are, basically. And I'm up
I
north.
know. According to the ball, I am meant to be on the opposite side. Yes.
I
And you
mean,
wouldn't be able to see the moon.
even if you study the evolution of maps, right? Of map itself, like you could, like you'll be able to tell that it's not. We don't live in a ball. If we live in a ball, why was it two? Why was it two sphere at first? Why was it two at first? Like how did
Because the two spheres were celebrated, but now the celebration has gone because they've envisioned one whole globe instead of two.
And that's what's happening right now. Right now is the equilibrium, right, is revealing itself, right?
Yeah.
So the veil is being lifted. So there is no more, hiding nothing, no more confusion, no more illusion, right? It's only if you want to be in the illusion, right? You're
Yeah.
going to be able to be in your own cave to the point that where you just going to, it's like when the sun rise, what happened? The darkness basically vanish, right? Well, it's the same thing when the truth that's coming into light, right, is about to basically all the lies that was in the shadow, right, is just going to be vanished. And everybody that want to hold on to the lies, they're gonna be vanished with the lies, right? Because
Uh-oh.
the truth is revealing itself, right? Is like breathing in, breathing out. Exhale, you know what I'm saying? And inhale, exhale, exhale. So this is what's going on. So a lot of people is knowing that, look, like like I said, people come to from their own area, and come to a certain area, but for some reason they want to hold on to that area. It's like me coming into your house and realize that your house is so nice, it's so much better than my house, right? Then what I'm gonna do, right? Done. I don't even got nowhere to go, right? Let me stay in your house. I'm homeless to the point that where now that you passed away, I convince your children that is my house. So I start mistreating your children, right? Or I went away. So when I come back, I'm gonna reveal the whole thing to my children. Like, hold on, man, this is my crib. I let you stay in this motherfucker, right? So now the fact that I found out you've been doing this, now you gotta go, nigga, right? No, you gotta go, because when I went away, not only I found out you had your own house, but when I came back, I found out you've been lying to my children, right? So it's not like you going in the street. No, you only going in the street if you wanna hold on to the lie that you told me from the beginning, which you was homeless. If you wanna hold on to the lie that you was homeless that you told me from the beginning, then you're going to be out in the street. But if you wanna be truthful to yourself, you're gonna go back where you came from, to your own house. You see? So again, the water that was pushed out, right, to build the city is coming back to take its place. The truth that was being hidden, that was being buried, is coming back to the light. To the light.
Yep. Fully understand what you're saying. Yes.
I know. I'm not paying no price for anything somebody did all them years ago. That's their problem. I have nothing to do with none of that shit.
It ain't about paying for nothing, bro. It's about, that's the thing. A lot of people think it's about paying or reparation or repairing nothing. Like, the truth speak for
I'm not
itself.
saying
The
money.
truth need no representation
I'll be
at
right
I'm
all.
back.
not
I'm listening.
money.
That's why a lot of people that hold on to the lies that they've been telling. That's what they're scared
I'm
of.
not saying
They're scared
money.
of a reparation, of something had to be paid back. But the thing is, the truth don't need no representation
That's
for
not even what
nothing.
I mean. That's not even what I mean. I'm not talking about reparations.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking I just took what you said and make a general statement, because a lot of people, they take it deeper than that. Like, they feel like they take it personal when they felt like, look, certain thing that happened. It's like me find out that my grandfather did something to you, and then I took it personal, like as if I did it to you. Like, no, I ain't taking that shit personal, nigga. I'm gonna be sitting together with you and be like, yeah, bro, my grandfather was dead wrong for doing that shit to you. You feel me? Because the truth is speaking for itself. Like, I don't need to represent my grandfather, you feel me? And talking about, like, oh, he didn't mean to do that, or he didn't do it. None of that. No. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to the truth. The truth is speaking for itself. You feel me? It don't need no representation. So
Like
the
I don't
one,
even know
go ahead.
if this fucking these books and this information we get is even. I don't think any of these people are creditable. Yeah, my mouth's mad dry.
That's not what the information. That's not what information is. Information is getting informed, right? Is getting in your formation. Meaning, it's like getting into this body. That's taking the form, right? Information is molding something. Is forming something. right? It's not like how they only, they've been lying to you, making you think that information is something that you go and look up, is something that you hear somebody saying. No, information is getting in line, like how the arm, like how military operate, like how military get in line, right? They get information. Information didn't have nothing to do with paper or black and white, what they show us, or a skin color, none of that.
Hmm.
That's why I put something on my community earlier. A white, a so-called white hand and a so-called black hand, right? Holding each other, right? And I say fuck skin color, right? It's not about, it's not about that. It's about what you got going on within, right? It's about what's inside of you that's reflecting on the inside. It's not
I
about
used to
your
hate
skin.
that shit, bro.
Is
I
is
hated
your
that shit.
good?
Growing up, I hated other people's ignorance. Like, from both sides, I would see it, and the so-called black kids, not my friends. Well, they kind of fucked me in the beginning, but then we were cool. But they would always bring up like, racist shit about white people, this and that. And I'd be like, but that got nothing to do with me. I
Exactly.
used
That's what I keep saying. The truth, it ain't got nothing to do with paper, ain't got nothing to do with script color. The truth is about what's written in your heart. It's what's written in your heart. And what's written in your heart is being revealed. It's always been here. It's just that again, people have been wandering in their mind, right, by not connecting with their heart, right? So people don't know what's written in their heart. But every now and then, you get a glimpse, you get a deja vu, right, of what's going on in your heart. This is the truth that's revealing itself to you.
hold on, let me mute up.
Yeah. Hey, look, guys. Thanks very much, Chuck. Nice talking to you again, Nugget too. But I've got to gap it. Um,
All right.
but yeah. Probably
Anyway,
yeah. I don't know. Probably if you go live again tomorrow, I don't know. I might see if I can get over. I've got. I think I'm subbed to your channel, Naga. So, have you been putting much out, or are you just joining other panels, Naga?
What's
I
up?
mean, I'm right now, I was taking, I was literally taking a little break, from, like, too much of anything is bad. You gotta keep the balance. You feel me? So I was in the YouTube street for a lot, for a while, and often, you know what I'm saying? Even if I was doing certain things, I was still, online. So I was like, all right, I gotta take a break from that. I gotta get the balance, and I've been doing that for, almost like, like 2-3 weeks now. So I'm like, all right, it's all about the balance. You can't stay outside of this thing too long or inside of this thing too long. It's all about the balance. You know what I'm
Yes, I
saying?
understand what you're saying. I do. I mean, I spoke about it earlier. Sometimes I've just got to have a couple of days away from this thing, right?
Yeah.
So that I can, so that it doesn't take me over completely. And then, I mean, everything's a division bell. If you have too much of it, right? It's too much of a good thing.
Yeah, too much of it is just not good for the body, because the body will be out of balance. And what
Yeah.
happens when your body is out of balance? You know what I'm saying? It ain't
Well,
good.
look, what do I do? I mean, the more what would you call it? I suppose the mind's fucking clicked on this thing there, that I've deteriorated over the years. I definitely can't. I can still jump from the trailer to the ground or off the back of a truck, but I don't land the same as I used to, right? My
Right.
knees fucking give me pain. There's things happening in this body that that I'm not aligned to. You know.
It's all about the balance, man. Always reminding yourself, to keep the balance. You know what I'm saying? To keep the ball lens, to keep the ball going. You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course,
That to keep
I've got. That's
the
why I
ball.
say I've got going out sort of shortly because I've got to get some things done and get on with things. And it's like you're saying, if you don't use it, you lose it, right? If you don't, if you're not, if you become unbalanced. If you don't use it, you become unbalanced. If you can't just log on to one thing and think that is going to make you the perfect person all your life. You've got to log in and log off. You've got to if there's things you be invested in and things you got to get out of, right?
Right.
Um,
Shout
and
out to JJ in the chat. He's
too,
going.
I should say, often too, you find yourself in something that you shouldn't be, and it's only after a few days or whatever, a certain passage of time passing, that you go, fuck, that's enough for me. What the hell am I doing here, right?
Well,
So,
I,
I
I
mean,
think for real, I think all you can do is be. You know what I'm saying? That's why we call
yeah,
ourselves a be. So
yeah,
it's just being in certain things, or in one thing for too long, you become stagnant. You know what I'm saying? And that's
yeah.
and that's and that's when like I said, because you get out of balance. You know what I'm saying? That's when the scale tilts. You know, so and that's what's been going on with people. They be going. They roll to the left. To the left side of the scale and tilt it. For a while. And when they realize they've been there for a while and they rolled over. Until the other side and trying to create balance when really you're supposed to be in the middle. That's how you maintain balance. You know what I'm saying?
It's a
So
bit like
people,
the
people keep,
pH. It's a bit like the pH of the body, right?
yeah, right.
Mm.
So people keep going through a polar shift. You know what I'm saying? People are going through, a polar shift. With the mind and the body, they keep switching. You know what I'm saying? From the mind and the body, when you're supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? Right there at the center, which is where your heart is at. Right? This is where your heart is at. And a lot of people, most people, they're not right, they're not, like I said, resonated with their heart. They out here seeking, whatever they're seeking when it's already written in your heart. This is why heart backwards is earth.
Good stuff, bro. And then, as I say, I've got to gap it. Have a great day, or evening, or night, wherever you are, everyone in the chat. And much love to you, Naga, and to Chuck. Take it easy, and
All right.
we'll check you out again.
All right, Dean. Have a good day, bro.
You too, guys.
Salute,
Later.
bro. Salute.
Salute,
Hey, I don't
Yeah.
know
Naga.
why JJ is, I don't know why JJ can't stand me. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to him though, because there's a lot of things that he said, before I came, that I agree or I resonate with. So I don't got no problem with him, besides that one day or one time I think we had a little, squabble, you know what I'm saying? Which happened, you know what I'm saying? That happened with your brother. You know what I'm saying? That might happen with your pops. That might happen, you know what I'm saying, with your cousin. You know, y'all going, y'all gonna get into a little disagreement. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that's love. That's tough love. When things like that, when things like that don't happen, people don't care about you for real. If people is not willing, to push you to a certain point, they don't really care about you. They don't really love you for real. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciated that. You know what I'm saying? Or anybody, you feel me, that had, that pushed me to a certain, you know what I'm saying, to do better, to be better. You know what I'm saying? To be balanced. You know what I'm saying? To remember. You know what I'm saying? Who I am. So shout out to that brother, man. Hell yeah. And shout out to the chat too. I see the chat is going crazy.
Yeah, I'm about to jump off here myself.
Hey,
I
bro.
might go live later though.
Appreciate this live. And see you live in a minute too. Been doing other things, huh?
I might. Yeah. Damn, buddy. This garbage.
But yeah, my bad for the background, 'cause, you know, I'm cooking at the same time. But yeah, bro, I'm gonna let you go. You feel me? Because I know you gotta go. You gotta do. You gotta take care of business, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. I gotta do. We all gotta do what we gotta do. You feel me? But definitely appreciate a lot everybody that came through. Dominic, you know, True Zone, JG before I came, you know, and Dean for sure. See y'all. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one, man. Shout out to the chat too.
All right, Naga. Thanks, man, for coming through. Excuse me. Peace to everyone in the chat, and check you out next time. Thanks for Dom, Naga, Truth Zone, Dean, JG. Appreciate y'all coming up, man. I'm out. Oh, and peace to not know. I said it earlier, but you probably didn't hear me because people were talking. So peace out. And peace to Gordon Zola. Who else came? I didn't see anyone else. Face plant. All right, I'm out, everyone. Peace.